Hey guys, what's up? Jeff here, my Connected Resurrection again. Say that 10 times in a row, right? You're probably wondering where I came up with that name. I don't know if I explained it in some other videos, but I do a lot of electrical restorations, restoring stuff, old electronics, and actually I'm an electronic technician by trade. So anyway, that's where that name came from, a little mix of mechanical, electricals, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I just want to share with you a few projects I got going on. Started getting into the 1940 Chevy. This old girl, she needs a lot of help. I thought it was in better shape when I got it. Unfortunately, I'm finding more and more than what it needs. And then I'll get into more of that in a minute. And then I got the Onan, the 12.5 JC. This is a pretty good adventure. I'm going to do a whole nother series on this and what I had to do to get this guy running. I got it running pretty good. But it needed a lot of work. So I'm going to do another series on that and the things I found out, and hopefully stuff like that will help somebody else in their problems and in these older generators. But runs like a top. I still need to do a full load test on it, but so far everything's looking good. Before I can do that though, I'm waiting on the gas company. I called them to get a meter, updated meter, bigger gas meter, so I can handle the gas load that this thing's going to take and anything else in the future that I might need. But anyway, back with the 1940 Chevy, came from a family member, sat in the garage for 50 years plus, in a wet barn. Body wise, it's in really good shape. It's very solid. There's no rust, few rust spots here, some surface rust. It had a repaint job at one time in its history. As you can see, it's got flaking and stuff going on, but I'm going to do a series on this. Probably not totally in depth with every little nut and bolt detail, but just bring you along in the adventures of getting this running. The motor did have water in it, so I knew it was going to be a little bit of a, I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'll show you what I got into once I got the motor apart, at least got the head off. But I'm going to do what I can to get it reliable and drivable, and I'm going to drive it. It's not going to be a garage queen. I'm not going to put the beauty paint on it. I'm going to drive it because you see these cars going down the road and it's like, man, that is really cool. So, and that's my goal with this, brake lines and brakes and everything it needs to basically make it reliable. I can drive it. Probably put a lot of electronic ignition on it. But what I really want to do, everybody goes, put an LS in it, or put a small block in it, or blah 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 blah. And that's, yeah, I've been down that road, I've been there and done that. But it's so original that I want to keep it all original. So I'm probably going to restore the original motor that's in it. It came with they call it a 216 or 217, however you want to look at it. Inline 6-cylinder, overhead valve. They were notoriously known for cracking, their heads cracking, and I'll just show you. I got that all right. But anyway, I'll get the camera, I'll bring you in on closer and give you a look around on it. But overall, it's a really solid, really good car. So, on with it. So as you can see, it's in pretty decent shape. I'm using the old Android here just to give you kind of a slow walk around and try not to do one of these shaky Jake videos that you see people, hey, look what I got going on here, and you're trying to watch a video and the camera's shaking all over the place and you just want to scream at the guy, hold the camera still. So anyway, as you can see, there's a few spots. It had been a repaint job, but I think it gives it character, Ooh, watch that. That comes down to you get a finger in there, you're going to be hating life. That was pretty close. But overall, it is in really, really nice shape. Check out the interior, even the door. I know I'm like moving really fast, but I just want to give you a quick overview look here. And Not take an hour doing it just to get an idea. It's a one owner car, and the people that had it, oh, by the way, check this out. The doggone headliner is still up and attached. And at some point, somebody put some goofy looking blue seat covers in on this thing. Well, they'll be going for sure. New interior, some carpeting. And listen to this. Now that's how doors should close. You don't hear them closing solid like that anymore. It is suicide doors. As you can see. But overall, a really nice solid car. So I think it's worthwhile. Get your girl back on the road and share it with everybody. The only thing that could be better is if it was like a business coupe, a two-door. But, you know, for what I paid for it, look at that. Last time, 1973, it was on the road. And this side, really straight. So, '40 Chevy Special Deluxe. The generator in the way. Got too many things going on in here. So anyway, that was a quick rundown. Give you a quick look at the car. Oh, by the way, those are original tires that have been on the car for 50 some years, and as you can see, I aired them up and they are still holding air, and that was a year ago that I actually brought this home, and I haven't had to put any air in them. Man, how's that for workmanship back in the day? So anyway, let me pop the hood on this thing. I'll show you what I got into when I pulled the head off on the motor. Okay, so I got the hood up, and as you can see, I got the head off. Now, this motor at one point was a GM or a remanufactured engine. Rogers engine remanufactured. No idea, no clue what that's all about, who that is. But I knew it was locked up and it would not turn over. So I pulled the spark plugs out, and sure enough, water didn't come pouring out. But well, actually, I started seeing water coming out of the exhaust, and I'm looking on the floor, and I got rusty water on the floor, and I'm going, oh man, that can't be good. No, it wasn't good. But anyway, pulled the head off, got into it, and the thing was just full of rust. Rust on the push rod and lifter side cover, all that good stuff. Some of the wiring is going to have to be replaced. I got into that, and the coverings are rotted off. But so anyway, I got the motor apart, and we're going to come over here. There's what I found. Yep, not good. And from what a few videos I watched on these motors, these heads are notorious for, I guess, cracking over here. And some will crack but not get in the water jacket. I'm guessing this one probably cracked and it got in the water jacket. Now when it happened, the first thing I thought is, oh, it had straight water in it. It's been sitting in a little barn for 50 years, froze, things are cracked. Well, they're cracked, but I don't think it was from freeze crack, because it had almost damn near straight antifreeze in it. So I know it wasn't a freezing issue. But anyway, back over to the motor. I'm going to show you a picture here real quick. As you can see, I started cleaning the cylinders out and getting some of the crud out of there. But take a look at this picture here of what it looked like before, when I pulled the head off and before I started cleaning the cylinders out. I'm trying to see if I can just get it to crack loose. But unfortunately, you look down there at the, well, I don't even know if you call that a harmonic balancer back in 1940, but there's really no way to put a bolt on there, and you can put a, hand start, manual starting it, crank start, you can only turn it one way, but I don't know, I like to at least see if I can get the motor cracked loose and spin her around, and who knows, crazier things, I've done crazier things and gotten things broken loose and started it running. But so anyway, that's what's going on with the 1940 Chevy. The old Onan generator over there. I'm going to do a series on that. Over here in the corner is the Fairbanks Z. I started power washing it, but then I found out that the doggone thing is like covered with like this like tar or something. So I don't know if it was running on a tar machine or I don't know what it was. But that stuff is so thick I can't hardly get it off. So this kind of got put on the shelf for a little bit, and then you know, figured I'd get going on the 1940 Chevy. But anyway, that's what's going on, and you know, I'll keep you updated as things go on. And you know, if you guys, you know, if you want to see more of it, I'll be glad to, you know, continue on with the series. And if you have any suggestions or any of you guys know anything about, you know, some information on this motor, feel free to let me know for sure, because you know, I've done a lot of later stuff and built hot rods and stuff, but I don't have too much experience with this really early. But hey, motors are motors. I do know that the rods, they're Babbitt bearings in the rods, and it's inserts on the crank and stuff like that. So well, a few other things. It is a 3-speed on the tree, and the car does have 90,000 miles on it, which I thought, wow, that's a lot. But of course, that explains the reman motor. And the suspension, it's got some loose parts, but man, I guess, you know, back in the day, they really had to grease all the suspension parts, and there's just grease all over everything, which is a good thing. And like I said, I know where the car came from. I know the family. And the guy took care of it. It had a repaint job. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. I'm carrying on. But anyway, I just want to give you a quick rundown and share with you some of the things I got going on. And other than that, again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all the comments on the other video. You know, I'm working at it. This is my first time doing YouTube, and figured I'd just share with you some of the things I got going on. Anyway, take care. Till next time.